Last year, we continued to see the rise of short form videos, followed by people wanting to see longer short form videos. At the end of the year, we saw Instagram carousels get their moment, and ultimately, we're seeing the demise of X, formerly known as Twitter. We had trends that came and went in the blink of an eye, and you probably had way too many drafts or half thought out pieces of content just sitting around. Content never to see the light of day. But it's a new year and a new chapter for content creation. And I have some predictions for 2024 and what is to come. So, content creation prediction number 1. I think we are going to start to see a rise in using AI tools to help us repurpose content. So this year, we really saw the rise in ChatGPT and other AI tools to help with content creation. I'm sure you've seen plenty of Instagram posts where it's like, use this ChatGPT prompt to get 30 ideas that you can post over the next month. Or you're using ChatGPT as the basis for your content creation to help you with like content ideation and find some like little pieces of information that you can turn into fully fledged content. But I'm actually anticipating seeing the downfall of using these AI tools as the foundation of content and actually using these AI tools to save us time in the repurposing process. Because here's the thing, people still want to hear from people. We don't want to hear regurgitated information given to us by these AI tools. They aren't quite advanced enough yet to be like super creative. And people still want to hear from you as a small business owner, your thoughts, your opinions, and your stories, and not just some random piece of content that was generated by a robot. Now, this is not me trying to diss AI. We use AI in our repurposing and content creation workflow as well. I just think we need to use AI a little bit more strategically and give it a better input to get a proper output. So what you're gonna actually wanna do is give this AI tool a piece of content that you've already created, whether it's a YouTube video, a podcast interview, a blog, a newsletter, something you wrote. But by giving it an input of your words, your thoughts, something that you created on your own, it's going to help you take that piece of content and divide it and give you new and fresh ideas and help you repurpose it across different platforms or even just kind of recreate it for the same platform that you're producing on. Because AI is here to help us save time, not necessarily take away all of our creativity. Okay, content prediction number 2 is going to be more of a focus on written content. Now, this is not new. This ebbs and flows every couple of years. It's a very prominent cycle of marketing when it comes to content creation. We go from wanting short form video clips, wanting long form video clips to kind of falling back into we would love to read more on blogs, things like that. This is a cycle that happens every few years. And I think we're kind of at the edge where we're overwhelmed with seeing so much short form video content that people are really looking to connect with each other in written formats. I don't know about you, but currently, as I'm scrolling through TikTok, I'm seeing so many TikTok shop videos or ads or sponsored content, and it's starting to feel a little daunting or overwhelming. Or I find myself skipping through videos that are just kind of baseline. They don't really give a lot, and maybe they're only 7 seconds long. I find myself watching those longer TikTok videos or wanting to read more text in the caption. So as we start to get out of this cycle of overwhelm with short form video content, people are really starting to lean into reading more. And where I've seen this the most is I'm starting to get a ton of traction on Threads. For the most part, on Threads, you're writing content. So yeah, sometimes I'll attach like an image or a video or a poll. But what I've found best is people are really loving the conversations that we're having there in that written style. Or I've started to dive deeper on writing longer form written articles on LinkedIn or those longer posts. And again, those are getting way more traction than they used to. Or maybe you really want to lean into the Instagram carousels that have a lot of text, give a lot of information. Again, we saw Instagram carousels really have their moment in the last year. And I can foresee that continuing into 2024. But essentially, this content prediction comes down to the fact that we want to be able to consume content without having the sound on, without kind of shortening our attention spans, and really leaning back into hearing from people and the stories that they want to tell in more of a written form. And content prediction number 3 is that gimmicky video tactics are going to be a thing of the past. And now stick with me through this one because might ruffle a couple feathers. And also, quick caveat before we dive into this, I have done all of these tactics. These are things that, yes, they did work and I used them. But people are starting to get really sick of the short form video trends where you give a great hook and then it tells you to read more in the caption. Or maybe you start with that great hook and you put all the information on screen, but the text disappears after like 2 seconds and you can't read all of it. And the reason why these video tactics worked in the first place, that they worked over the last couple of years, is that it gets people to watch the video over and over again, or at least all the way through the video, which helps with your watch time. The algorithm loves it if people are watching your video to completion and or watching the video time and time again. It signals to the algorithm that, hey, people love consuming this content, so we're going to push it to more people. And that's why it worked. But now your audience is catching on to these tactics. And again, I've kind of, for the most part, stopped doing these kind of things because you are losing trust with your audience and or potential audience members. It is causing people to, the moment they see these kind of tactics, they're wanting to scroll away. And that's actually going to signal to the algorithm that people do not like your content. And so I foresee these video tactics not working in the long run. So my advice here is to either, if you have a lot of information you want to put in one video, create a series instead so that you can give all of that information within the video as promised to your followers. You can still do the text on screen or you can talk to camera, but make sure you are giving them the value that you kind of promised them with the hook or in whatever way you see fit. Because here's the thing, people aren't going to stop and watch your video over and over and over again to catch a couple of seconds of text that flash on and off the screen. Or maybe when they see that read more in the caption, they don't want to go and do that. Sometimes it's really difficult to read the caption when it comes to Instagram Reels. The text is really tiny and sometimes you can't see all of it. It's just something that you do not want to continue doing with your audience because they are trusting you with their attention and with their time. And if you're not delivering, it's going to cause a disconnection with them. So I want to hear from you in the comments below. Do you agree with my predictions? Disagree? Let me hear it. Or if you have content predictions of your own, I'd love to hear those as well. And if you're wanting a little bit of help with your content creation planning this year, definitely head to the link below where I'm giving you a free Airtable content planner template. This is going to help you get your content workflow organized this year. And as always, don't forget to hit subscribe and I'll see you guys next week.